Morning. I'm going to talk to you about something that's very, very important to me. Housing. Housing is one of the things I really champion, and I am really believing everybody should have a home. I've been homeless, and I've done what I'm about to talk. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little story like I always do. Okay. There's a part of London called Pimlico, and Pimlico is very affluent, very rich. It always has been. Now, during the war, because a lot of these people had second homes out in the countryside, they all buggered off and left their homes. And in 1945, a group of East Enders who had nothing. You know, when my granddad went to see his mate in the East End, he said it wasn't a street that was gone, it was a bloody area. Especially by the dockland. His mate lived right, dock was across the street. So, they all went in and they squatted the place. And they're called the Pimlico squatters. And the really interesting thing is, because they had nothing, they had no home, they had nowhere to go, so they squatted it. And the police turned up and made tea. We currently have in this country right now over 130,000 children technically homeless. 130,000 in Britain. In the 21st century Britain, we have over 118,000 people in hostels, costing you a shed load of money. It's estimated in all there's about 274,000 people in Britain homeless. There's 700 people in Plymouth homeless. These are the facts. These ain't the Daily Mail or the Express. These are real facts. These are from Shelter, Shekinah and places like that. This is the reality. Today, a family will be being evicted. It ain't that child's fault, is it? Okay? They haven't. It's not because they've got too many flat screen TVs and fags and booze and they're living the high life. It's the fact that they lost their job. If you miss one mortgage payment, okay, that mortgage provider has every legal right to evict you. You have broken your contract. That is it. That's the reality. Okay? So what you've got to do is go and re-sign a new one with a higher interest. It is, at the moment, it is better and safer right now to be privately rented, because you've got a better chance. This is what they did in America. 2 payments out. I want you to imagine St Jude's, Mutley, Greenbank, Lipson empty. Well, that's what happened. Shitloads of people moved and went onto the roads. If you enter LA for about 10 miles on both sides, it's a shanty town the police can't go in. And then that is in a major cities around America. That's the situation. We're now entering winter. Now it's time to think of the homeless and the poor. Forget them all the year round, because what's it doing today? It's raining. So you've lost access to somewhere you can't get dry clothes. So how are you going to get dry? I nearly died of hypothermia and I've nearly died of pneumonia. Pneumonia is painful. Hypothermia, you just go to sleep. So does it rain a lot in Britain? Does it rain a lot in Devon? So what about the rest of the year? We are in the biggest housing crisis since World War II. And I ask you today, if you were put out on the streets and you saw an empty house, would you squat it? Going back to Detroit, few winters ago, when all this was going on, they had the coldest winter ever. So the mayor of Detroit said, if you're homeless, get in a house. That's how bad it was. It's not just the cold that gets you, it's the rain, it's the wet. And it's painful, and it's horrible. So I ask you today, is it really wrong for people to squat? Because there is none in Plymouth. I don't believe there is. You're not allowed to squat houses. You're only allowed to squat commercial. You have rights. You do still have rights. Peace out.